Hello and welcome to a special episode of Mars Horizon during the Steam Autumn Festival of 2020. This was something I tried out in the summer, their demo version then, and I'm on another demo version now. As you see, it's not version 1.0, it's 0.9.9.9, so it looks like they're getting pretty close to being fully developed here. And so you play as a space agency of a country. So you have the European Space Agency, NASA from the United States, Soviet Union / Russia, China, and Japan are the current options. And when I first played this demo, it was just ESA, United States, Soviet Union. Adding more players is very interesting, but what I really like with what they've done is they've also done customized agency. So you can rename things, appearance. They've got more here. Oh, this is very cool. So you can kind of change things. Some of these are just more generic kind of things, but you can't change the headquarters layout, but you can at least change its name, which you couldn't change before. None of this was changeable before, it just was. They also inbuilt a trait system, so you can use a combination of positive and negative traits, which I think is just really cool. And you'll start with a total of 4 points, and there are 1 or 2 point, cost or gain, depending on what you put in. And then you can randomize to use random, relations with the other countries, or you can reset it to a more historical. However, historically, it was really only the United States and the Soviet Union going against each other in the 60s, 70s, 80s in terms of space racing. But it does move a little bit more into the modern era. And from what I understand, the European Space Agency is helping the developers by giving them a little bit of science advice. And so that's very cool that they're represented. And there are some options here. For our playthrough, I'm just going to stick with the basic options of one of the countries. Research costs for building tree, that's nice. Building upkeep, that's you'll get nautilized buildings and adjacency. And if you fail a launch, you'll get some there. And if you can get to there are some milestone missions in the game, so you'll get extra science for that. More adjacency bonuses, and when you do missions for money, you'll get more. But I think we're going to go with Japan. Now, what I'm going to do here is I wish they had the JAXA logo. And it doesn't look like they have it here. But the reason I'm doing Japan here is because I know their space agency's name is JAXA. And they have a lovely logo. You should look it up sometime. And right there, we're going to stick with all that. Competing with China, neutral with everyone else. I mean, I could randomize it. Friendly with China, that would be a bit. We're going to go ahead and reset it. And we're going to go that way. We're going to continue on. And we're not going to auto-resolve. We'll do that. So Pioneer, you can make things a little bit easier. There's also I don't remember if there was a difficulty level. But we're just going to leave it on Pioneer for now. Just to get in with it here. And there we go. We are a director. And basically we get to get up to human in space or January 1966. So basically what that goes is kind of with the research is there's the human in space mission. So, this is like they're just giving you the small tech tree. And this is Era 1, Dawn of Spaceflight. And there would be, 2 to 4 eras in the demo. There's a bunch of things you can research. So you can research, buildings. You can research different rockets. And you could research. That would cost you, have to change the research. But let's see. But there we go. So a lot of there. So for building research, small launching pad is important. Researching vehicles so we get better things to put up into space. Because right now all we have is the sounding rocket. So we'll basically need to go to Lambda first. And then here's our booster choices down here. So this isn't super reliable. So this is more reliable to begin with, but then only gets up a little bit more. This gets a lot more reliable as you use it. There's a little bit more launch capacity. This is not very reliable. This is all stuff we can get into later, but you know what? We're actually going to go for that and see what else we need to do for that, because that's the mission we need. Alright, we got a funding review in 12 months where we could up our incoming. So here's the Spaceopedia, where they can explain things. So yes, JAXA. Like, this all, you know, is in there. That's why I changed the name to JAXA, because JAXA is the correct name for that. So they have a lot in there. Sounding rockets, what they are. So there's a lot of good, you know, fun stuff in here if you want to get into that. But let's see. We click on Earth. Here's where we have to go. So these are our milestones. These are request missions. We need to plan this. So we need to design a vehicle. It's going to be a sounding rocket. So you can change the name. You require the launch pad before you can build this vehicle. Okay. They're going to require me to get a launch pad. Then I'm going to change my research to that. Okay. All right. Select vehicle. It's not great, but you know. Small launch pad required for launch. That's fine. Just build it so we can go ahead and have it under construction. Let's go to the next month. Small landing pad unlocked. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go for a research lab to boost our science speed. Let's go to Earth. Fortunately, where we need to be is base. Okay. So our HQ, to move the buildings, you know, vehicle hangar. Here's all this. So we need to build. What we need to build is this small launch pad. So that's going to have a negative if we're next to there. And you see these things we have to remove. We want to do things there. So we want this to be adjacent to that. You know what? I'm going to put it out there because there may be a good building that fits right in there. And that's all the adjacencies I have at the moment. So yeah, I'm very comfortable with that. And if we want to remove these, like these cost to remove, We may remove that because that's cheap. These are... That's not too bad. That's uber expensive. That's not too bad either. That's not bad. Okay, so they have some easy obstructions to clear. But, you know, we're going to get some funding, get the launch pad complete. We'll be ready to launch our vehicle. So we built our sounding rocket. Very good. Good us. It's not very reliable. So first thing we have to do is we have to set a launch date. And basically, you can set it out farther for better, you know, training. But there are some things you can't launch there, and you get penalties for launching there. So optimal launch date. There we go. Confirm launch. Turn to mission control. So it is set to launch 1 month to launch. There we go. There's not really anything else we can do right here because our science is still ticking up. Let's go there. We've unlocked the moon. Here is our launch. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this. Launch the mission. Hopefully this does not blow up in our base. This can be suboptimal as long as it doesn't explode. Let's go ahead and go. Good conditions. I like that. That's a nice thing. A little bit of language recording. There it goes. It's going up. It's keeping going. It's looking good. Okay, a little bit of less science. I'm okay with that. We're now better at sounding rockets, and we were the first to do so, which gives us a little bit of extra science and support from our government. There we go. And now we've also unlocked the moon, so there are other missions here involving the moon. All right. Research, we need to unlock artificial satellites. Once you click on Earth, it would actually take you to your base. This is my one thing. Earth takes you to missions around Earth. Moon takes you to missions around Moon. You know what? You should really just have a missions area. Because when you're thinking about managing what can I do, you don't need to be moving between these two just to look at missions. Like obviously for the base, that's going to be here. All right, what can we build? Research lab. That will reduce the vehicle build cost. Clearing that obstruction. Payload cost. So I could just put that there. Yeah. Since if I cleared... Problem is, if I clear that, that's going to take... This I can go ahead and place and get it working really quickly, and this will bring down my vehicle build cost. I'd like to also bring down my payload build cost. But I'm thinking this is good enough since I don't have to clear that. And I'll get some more science running for me. And do we have a mission we can do? Test launch we've done. We've got no refret. We got none of these. So we're also going to need to do that for the artificial satellite. So we're still a ways away. So we've got the artificial satellite mission launched. Let's start building that basic booster. We're getting that unlocked. And again, we're learning more about. There's a good thing there. I'm just going to click mark as red. So I know there. Keep going forward. Lambda researched. Lower. How am I doing competing against, like, go, like, options. Like, eventually sometimes you can propose joint missions and improve relations. That's really important with the ESA. They're competing, so it gives me a little bit more money from my government, but, you know, joint missions with them aren't as good. Let's head. There we go. We need this. Okay. Missions. Oh, we also need that to build the payload. Can we... We need this. Okay. Suggested. We've got that. So until we can get that Earth satellite, we finally have a request. Plan mission. It's just a sounding rocket. And what do we get if we do this? We get some science and some reward. Okay. I'm okay with this. 2-month build time. Build the vehicle. That's until we have that complete. There we go. We've got this. Launch preparations. We want that to get this. We can do a training. The training will get us additional science. And we're going to go there so I can get an optimal launch window. Confirm mission setup. Turn to mission control. Now, I can only have one mission in the thing at once. And we're still working on that research. So let's go to next month. China is just behind us. So there's the lunar orbit mission, or there's the animal and space mission. And we will need those payloads. This will give us more research overall. Building mission control will allow us to do an extra mission. We're going to eventually need this for like man in space. Payload build cost. Payload training. So this just unlocks the reliability training. That's pretty good. This will get us just more science. So let's get that on board. I just want to get more science running. And we're going to launch right here, and hopefully, yes, we can do our next mission. There we go. Launch. We've got 55% reliability. Either way, we will get more reliability, I think, bonus after this for completing the mission. How do conditions look? Hopefully I do not need to scrub this mission. adequate conditions. I'm okay with that. All I want is for it not to blow up. Okay, it didn't blow up on the pad. I have no idea how it's going to do. Keep you in suspense a little bit. Alright, I think we're out of the critical fail zone. There we go, secure launch. Sounding rockets. We're better at now. And we get a bunch of science. Cool. Now we need to start planning our next mission. Our next mission is the artificial satellite. So, this is where you have to make, some choices. Now, what you really care about is payload reliability. Because in space, you're going to have little mini games that you need to play. And this is the chance that you won't need to spend more energy or lose the action. So this is cheaper. This is just has you with more energy per turn. And I'm just a big fan of more energy per turn. Because when things go wrong, you can just spend the additional energy and be like, yeah, I got this. My mission will be a success. So let's go ahead and build the payload. And then go to the solar system. That's what we need to do. Got a bunch of incoming science. Let's go to next month. China, we've got 8 months to beat China now. Got 1 more month. We're going to, tier 2, so we get more funding. Per month, that's excellent. I'm okay with more reliability and less science. New launch vehicle. These are the only 2 we have. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it. This is not something I'm probably going to use a lot of, but we're going to call it I could call it like basic lambda, I would. Save design, it's the Usagi design. Very well. Build the vehicle. Alright, return to mission control. So as you see there, they're 6 months away, 8 months away. We're working on it. High altitude photography. The lab expansion. I don't think I can afford to build the lab expansion yet. Insufficient funds. Alright, we'll get there. Set research. I think we're going to go for animal in space over lunar orbit, because I might be able to do this with a less rigorous design. Here we go. Artificial satellite. Ready. Launch reliability down. No, I am very unhappy about that. All I've got is science training. This is when they're launching. We're aiming to launch sooner. So we're going to select to go for June. And that's what we're doing. Hopefully we can get that science go to the base. See if we can build our research lab expansion. And that's why I kind of put it up there, because I knew it would be easy to put that there. So this is going to be +7 science a month once that comes online. So now we'll research quicker. And let's go. Animal and space research complete. So our next mission plan. So we really want this to be done. It's looking like a good day. So I'm hoping if this blows up on the pad, it's going to be very rough to come back from this. Alright, only a 10% chance of blowing up on launch. I'm perfectly fine with, like, having some greater difficulties up in orbit, because I put some more reliability on the payload. I'd feel better about that. Come on. Don't blow up on me. Alright. What have you got for me? Alright. There we go. Learned a little bit more about what we're using, so we're a bit better about them now. Alright. So we just need 2 and 2. And so we can have up to 2 modules. Since we know... Okay. That won't work this turn. So we're going to do that and that. Alright. So we need to do this. Gets us power. Then there. Alright, let's confirm commands. We'll spend a power. We got exactly what we needed. So again, this is where the payload reliability comes in. Alright, we got just what we needed there. So now we have 3 of the data resource and 2 of comm. So all I have to do is turn that into that and recharge. And we will pass our mission. What I understand, there's really no need to get anything better. But yeah, that's why I said I wasn't too worried about a sub-optimal launch as long as it didn't blow up. Oh. Bonus reward there. So there is a bonus reward. That's new. Very well. And we have 2 turns remaining. So that will get us the bonus. And I've got a bunch of extra power. So even if we roll poorly, you should do well. And there we do very well. We even get into the extra. So like we're going to get an extra thing that we... See? Got an extra. But now that we've done all that we can do, we get the full results. And there we go. Milestone achieved. And there we go. So they can launch that next month, but we're still first on the list, which is going to... The farther we stay ahead, the better we do. Okay. Animal in space. Suggested vehicle parts. Okay, we might have to boost ourselves up with that. So the Able... The Scout is pretty poor. This... has a lower capacity. I guess the key question here is... That's 1,500, that's 1,800. So in terms of vehicles, like, neither of those will do that. So we could, like, do this one that has a lower launch reliability to start, but gains more. Like, this one will probably get up to about... Like, I think you can get up 5 levels, so this one gets up to about 75 at its max. And then that one will get up to, again, 75. Whereas this one can get up to 80, and this one, since you can do it times 5, can get up to, like, 95. So it starts off a little lower. It's cheaper. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with the Agal. The Able, you just need something cheap there. That's pretty bad. So I think what we're going to do is we're trying to go for the Agal Jupiter. And then for our second research to unlock these, we're going to get an Able because it's good if we can use something small. But we're in a while before we can plan our next mission. So let's try to get a little bit of science. This is how we're building our extra science. We're just turning cash into science. The Doki Doki. Oh, the Doki Doki is the sound of a heartbeat. So I just found that amusing. So let's go ahead and build the vehicle. We'll go back to here. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. We are just over 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We did the first 2 storyline missions. We're doing pretty well. We've come in first. I don't think we'll get first in all the different competitions because here there's a split, and we went for animal in space over lunar orbit. So if we get the animal first, it's unlikely we get the lunar orbit first because one set of countries could go one way, one could go the other, and obviously can't do both at the same time. But anyway, I want to say thank you very much for joining me, and be seeing you.